you wish to head off. And Orvid, were you going to be doing anything, or?
I was going to just babysit Dothric and basically accompany him on the festivities when we left.
All right, so yeah, the two of you, you're more or less the first ones to leave. And shortly after, Zach, Sandra, and Gally all step out as well to make their way to the magic item shop. But as you leave, the immediate thing that you notice is there is a massive multicolored tent, almost circular in shape, erected within the town square. And running through the streets, you see a variety of people in face paint. You hear the honking of horns, the playing of jovial music, and it's not hard to see that there are a variety of both bards and clowns alike. A number of people have been brought in. And Orvid, you and Dothric more or less find yourselves heading over to the tavern, which you make your way over to the Crangled Crumpet.
Oh yeah, Crangled Crumpet.
Yep,
That's a pretty sweet name.
I was there yesterday.
Yep. So you see that there is a sign up of when the drinking contest is going to be, and it's a bit later in the afternoon, but the entire tavern is just jovial, and there's some people singing, and you can see some people are, playing some card games, and it is a holiday. Mm-hmm. Everyone is having a grand old time, and the drinks are surprisingly cheap, and the company is surprisingly merry. You can see a number of people have been... They've been donning the face paint, but you actually notice that some of the orcs and goblins are slightly adjusting it so that it's almost like a pseudo war paint as well as clownish face paint. So with Zach having the black trails under the eyes, some of the orcs actually have it rounded so that it's going from the cheeks over the eyes as if a form of tusks, and some of them, have markings, runes drawn on them, etc. And you can hear horns honking around now and again. Certainly some of them, the horn had been dropped on the floor at one point and stepped on a couple of times. And the tavern is wondrous festivity. You haven't seen people this happy in a while. So,
not gonna start actually drinking until, gotta be good for the contest.
Well, immediately after Dothric gets to the tavern, he slams some silver onto the counter and orders drinks for the both of you and the person next to you. And,
it would be rude to not drink.
Well, of course. So
yeah.
So you get some beverages that have a nice froth at the top poured out for you, and it is, it's not the best ale that you've ever had, but it is ale nonetheless. And, just that kind of pang of nostalgia for when you were back in the dwarven taverns of Granite Keep, getting some either ale or mead with your brothers in arms, and just a nice warm feeling while you're consuming the beverage.
Well, Dorthric, let's not go a bit too heavy on it if we plan on partaking in the contest.
You just hear gulping noises as he's already turning the tankard upwards, and you just hear a satisfied "Ah." Right, let's what did you say?
I said don't go too heavy on the ale. We got a contest to win.
Oh, that's a classic one, Orvid.
Aye. I know you'll probably still blow him out the water.
You think any of them would be able to stand up to a true dwarf?
I swear there's no bottom to that gut of yours.
You gotta fuel these muscles somehow. He gives his bicep a nice slap.
Aye, we'll be needing that down in Granite Keep once we get settled here.
Right. Maybe I can, you see him, he puts on the eyes where he's scanning the room. And, can you roll an insight check for me?
Oh boy, my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Because you're friends with Dothric, if you don't have proficiency in this, go ahead and add your proficiency as well.
Okay.
So you're checking for liver failure.
That's the medicine check, but the DC's like 5. But anyway,
Okay.
So
competition.
The answer is yes.
so with Dothric,
There's a sweet release of death.
with Dothric squinting and scanning the room, you immediately pick up on this is him trying to scan out people to pick a fight with. You can assume that in probably the next 5 minutes, he's going to have a fight pit going.
Dorthric.
Aye.
You remember? Down at that hole in the wall? We tried to fight everyone?
You mean I did fight everyone, and if I remember, I did in fact walk out.
Listen. I got the sense it's a little different out here. Got the sense this isn't Granite Keep. You know?
It's new territory, you know
I'm
that the
trying
dwarves
to, I'm
need
trying to keep good face here. Earlier.
Man, you know that having a good scrap is good for you when you're in a tavern. It's all good sport. I'm not gonna, break anyone's jaw like last time.
How about this? We go down to Granite Keep. We find a nice hole in the wall and we pitch a fight then, eh? And try a persuasion check.
Alright, yeah, go ahead and roll persuasion.
With advantage because he's drunk.
No,
No, I
he's not drunk yet.
allegedly should get this. I think.
Oh boy, yeah, you see
Nice.
Dothric. He kind of bites his lip a little bit, like you're questing a lot here, and he looks at you. He's like, "If fist fighting breaks out, I'm gonna jump in, but just for you."
Yeah,
Sure.
no starting anything though.
All right, I won't
not
be the one
yet.
that starts it, but certainly once the fist starts flying, then the dwarven pride has to come out.
Aye, that's the spirit. I give him a big pat on the back a couple times.
All right. He turns around and puts his elbows back on the bar. And you can see the bartender. They finally get a moment and they kind of stop over to you. and they kind of give you and Dothric a look up and down and go, "Ah, some dwarven patrons. Been a good while here."
It's honestly been a while since I've seen an orc. I really don't travel up these avenues too often, if you feel.
Well, let me tell you, I'll make you a deal. You tell me something interesting, and I'll see if I can find the bottle of dwarven special that I keep around.
Depends on what you're looking to hear.
Oh, you know, travelers always have those juicy rumors. Anything you can let slip?
Hmm. Let's see.
What about the advent of hand cannons?
Oh, I have the schematics. but I
He's,
need the materials.
He's going to think for a while on this.
Mm-hmm. So,
The I guess he finally thinks of something.
mm-hmm.
You know, along with the rumors that there's potentially treasure in Corlath ruins, the ruins of Corlath Castle, there's also mighty undead.
That heap of shit over there. Really?
I was down there myself.
He gives you a look up and down, and his eyes. It doesn't. He's not making himself hard to read. You get that he pings your holy symbol, and he kind of gives a scratch of the. You can see he has a fairly decent beard growing, and he scratches and like, all right. He reaches under the counter and you see him take out 2 shot glasses, and he then shakes his head, puts that back, grabs 2 whiskey tumblers, and he then pulls out a bottle that you and Dothric immediately know what this is. You've seen this bottle numerous times. He gives you a smirk, and he's like, "Well, give me a little bit more information, and then this drink is on the house." And he uncorks the dwarven fire water.
Aye.
Come on, any good treasures, any big beasts still lurking down there? Or even anything about wherever you hail from, stranger.
Well, I hail from Granite Keep,
Aye?
and I aim to take new leadership.
New leadership, you say?
Make the town a proper place, like it should be.
And how you think you're gonna go about that one? I've heard a number of things about Granite Keep, but as single leader, haven't heard of that one before. You can, as you're kind of going on, he's pouring the dwarven firewater into the whiskey tumblers.
So, yeah, I'm trying to think really, like, with how long I've been in game, there isn't terribly too much I can tell
Mm-hmm.
of, adventure.
Mm-hmm. So,
Remember back in the day, Granite Keep used to be a bit more respectable.
hmm.
If I can cut back 100 years, maybe 2, that'd be my goal.
Well, certainly a paladin taking charge is something interesting. Good thing to share around, I guess. He puts the cork back in the bottle of dwarven firewater, puts it back under the counter, and slides one of the whiskey tumblers over to Dothric. I'm an orc of my word. On the house.
Aye?
And with that, he kind of, there are a number of patrons that you can see. They're attempting to get additional beverages, and you can hear there's currently 2 bartenders there, and every once in a while you hear one of the bartenders just go, "Bah! Grab the tankards! Bah! Clean the mugs!" And it takes a second, but you eventually pinpoint he's referring to a goblin that's running around. Apparently, so you hear occasionally some people mention their name. The goblin barhand is apparently named Bah. So,
Just scampering back and forth.
oh yeah, he they classic tray full of empty mugs and attempting to scrub them quick, and yeah, already as soon as he gets one mug cleaned, he needs to pick up the tray full of recently filled tankards and take them out again, and they almost don't even make it to the destination as people are just grabbing tankards and tossing coin onto the tray itself. And
Average bar experience.
oh yeah, it is. This is a hoppin' bar, and you've been in quite a number of bar parties where this is fairly regular, and certainly they're all making their coppers and silvers tonight.
Well, Dothric, cheers to us, I guess.
And cheers, and you clink together your whiskey tumblers and toss it back. I need you to make a Constitution save.
Yeah, I figured that was coming.
This should be good.
Oh, good. It's time to play the song.
Which
Okay. Constitution save. Let's get that bread.
If I do recall,
Oh yeah.
you have advantage
I do
as
have
it's
advantage.
classified as a quote-unquote poison.
All
So-
right.
Yeah, that is convenient.
Very
and-
convenient. Only a 400, 1 out of 400 chance to fuck it up royally, but
Rolls
yeah.
2 nat ones.
We'll queue up Greenbird just in case.
You laugh, but I feel.
So, and
This
then
That's nice.
You had to put the energy out there, and I got a 3 on one of them.
lol. So Dothric, as you'd expect, Dothric's fine. With a natural 20 on his roll.
Wow.
He after tossing back the dwarven firewater, he gives just a heated exhale, and you can see that it definitely just revitalized him, and you yourself it's a burn, but it is such a good whiskey taste that has a little bit of that just what you could almost equate to forge smoke, just some burning coals and lingering metals, and the burn itself it's something you're familiar with, and you also give that exhale, and as you exhale, just the air passing your lips, it is more heated than certainly when you took that breath. And you are it's a nice reminder of home, and easy enough with your dwarven fortitude. You are one dwarven fire water, not gonna really do much to you.
Not gonna hit it too hard. Dwarven
Mhm.
firewater later.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
dwarven fire water. Even if Dothric were to neck that bottle, definitely he would even be stumbling on the floor.
Yeah.
So, and unless was anything else that you want to do, we can go ahead and swap over to Zach, Sandra, and Gally.
Yeah. We
All
can do
right.
that.
So, the lot of you, as you make your way out, you are the last couple to leave, and Zach, as you are walking out, the two guards that were with you before, Horan and Rajal, they kind of, make they more or less begin following you as you are the chieftain, and
Yes.
as you begin walking through the streets, it doesn't you're like not even at the bottom of the steps before people are turning towards you and cheering and smiling, and there are some goblin children running past that are just honking clown horns, and you can see that cloth has been hung up in the streets from the lamp posts, and this is certainly the carnival that you remember. And
It was worth it.
You
As-
ruined this town, Zach. Ruined it.
as you are making your way to the Mystic Magic's Emporium, you do see the clown. They just kind of apparate from the crowd, and you can see another clown standing beside them in their jovial jester attire, and you don't really recognize the other one, but certainly the initial clown steps out and just gives you a smile. This is a non-malicious smile at all. Even Sandra picks up on that. But they look at you and go, "Right, chieftain.
Hello?
Where did you want the organ set up?"
Definitely within the big tent.
Sounds good. Shall I put it next to your throne?
Yes.
Excellent. Then it shall be done. And if
Thank
there
you.
were any other preparations that you need.
For the time being, no. I believe everything's already set for the big night.
Well, enjoy the carnival.
Of
I
course, thank
certainly
you.
will. They give a wink and then squeeze their nose, which they just have like, a regular nose. They're not wearing the red clown nose like the clown next to them. But when they squeeze their nose, it just makes the honk as if they were wearing one. And
Nice.
then they, once again reaching behind them, pull out some juggling pins and just begin juggling and walking through the streets. And then while they're juggling, they just toss them slightly to the side, and the other clown starts juggling with them. And just the amount of pins begins to escalate as they make their way back towards the town square.
Did he say organ?
Yes,
Why does a circus need an organ?
for the music. I mean, a band as well, but very important part of the aesthetic, you know?
I know of no circus that uses an organ, Zach.
I'm gonna side with Sandra on this one. I mean, certainly it's been quite a while since the circus stopped into Granite Keep, but I can't really say that I've heard of. I mean, maybe.
Zach, level
But
with me. What's going on?
Perhaps not for a regular circus, but definitely for the Dark Carnival. Just, it's a requirement. It's just,
What is the Dark Carnival?
yeah, can you like explain the dark part of it? Like that's something that I certainly
clown magic.
depended on.
Clown magic.
So no details.
I mean, do you really need them, though?
Maybe, yes.
I
Are
could
they-
impart them to you, but you need to, like, probably
I
read
haven't
my mind
decided
and see
if
if
I
you can,
should fear for my life yet.
if you can handle the honk sphere.
The
Gally
what?
looks. Gally turns towards you, Sandra, and kind of pointing at Zach, just goes, "Are they always this ambiguous?"
Yes.
No, not always.
Yeah. Well, then why are you being ambiguous now?
Because it's the ambiguous nature of the Dark Carnival. To
Why
know all
does
of it
it
would be
have
to
to be
give away the fun.
ambiguous?
There we go.
But
It's no fun to explain a joke, Sandra. Good God. Anyway,
You're really starting to piss me off, you know that?
you say that a lot.
I just keep walking.
yeah, Gally kind of follows behind, and Zach, you as you're walking with them, you see kebab merchants trying to give you kebabs, and you see a bugbear woman walk over and hand you just a plate of confections, and
Fuck yes.
you are bombarded with, gifts. You receive a new scarf. You are given, offered knickknacks, additional horns. Just about every other merchant making your way to the Mystic Magic's Emporium attempts to, try to give you something. And you can see Torin and Raijal also are like, some people try and hand it to them to give to you, so they're just kind of standing there carrying a bunch of stuff.
Just definitely taking as much as he can. Just, this is a carnival, and if they're gonna give him stuff, they give him stuff. They're gonna take it,
Mhm.
Maybe restock on some grease paint, or definitely the horns as they get handed out. But otherwise, enjoy just a small little romp through the carnival, as it were.
And
This is what it's all for. This is what it's all about.
so the scarf that is given to you is a white and black diamond checkered scarf.
Ooh.
And Sandra, you are actually offered a green scarf.
What's the scarf made of?
It's a very soft material. You'd almost think cotton, but it's certainly something that is durable yet soft, comfortable to wear, and the craftsmanship is quite good. Someone definitely took quite a bit of time to make this and has refined their craft.
Fine, I'll take it, but I'm not gonna wear it right now.
You stick it in your bag for later. So,
It's too warm
As-
for scarves.
so as you finally arrive at the Mystic Magic's Emporium, you see that it is still temporarily open, with a notice posted on the door that they are going to be closing actually relatively soon. But as the lot of you enter, you see once again a smile going right across his face. The Arcanist, Kindris Sparkleshower. They are still wearing the shoulder-spiked robes. They turn and give a smile, and with sparkles in their eyes go, "Ah, welcome back. It seems that you all can't stay away from my enchanting emporium. How may I assist a lot of you and yourself, chieftain?"
Well, let's see. I have this pile of, let's say, very well used wands to see if there's any use for these. And some monster parts, if you'd have any need of them.
Depending on the parts, maybe. Though I myself don't do terribly much alchemy. That I do apologize. That might be better sold. Depending on the locale, the Wizard City definitely enjoys buying strange bits and parts.
Fair
But
enough.
these wands I certainly can take a look at. How many do you have?
But then Zach's just gonna dump the pile of wands onto like the nearest plane surface.
You just dump this pile of wands on the counter, and as you do, like, they're just standing there looking at it, and then they slowly turn toward, like, they shift their eyes over to you, back to the pile of wands,
Zach's
and
just grinning.
back to you again. Right. He reaches in, plucks one wand out, has a look at it, gives it a little bit of a shake. Well, this one's empty.
Careful, one of these exploded in my face.
Well, certainly. I mean, are you an Arcanist?
No.
Well, an unpracticed hand. Certainly, I can understand something going wrong. Especially, how old are these? Not to insult what you have here.
Give or take 8 centuries.
Yeah, we estimate about 850 years.
Oh.
Nothing else, they're
Right.
antiques.
Yes. Well, if any of these have anything left on them, they all look like they're close to crumbling, and you would have to give me time to
Of course.
piece through this, and it's going to take better part of an afternoon. So if you don't mind,
As you were.
I can go ahead, and once the commission for your acorn is done, I certainly would have the components, all of these wands sorted through by then, and can give you a rough estimate.
Sounds good to me. Thank you.
Right. And the rest of you?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, sure. I'm looking to finance the construction of a... let's call it a weapon right now, and I have a few things to sell.
Right. Well, the financing a weapon, if you're looking for a loan, I'm not really the best individual to ask about that one.
I'm just here to sell things.
No, of course.
Funds for the campaign.
I understand.
Alright, so I pull out the potion of cat's grace and the potion of giant strength, put that on the counter, and then... been waiting to use this one. I pull out a cloak, put it on, and I'm going to bellow the cloak of bellowing.
You can see that interest certainly is in this individual's
And I
eye.
bellow it again.
I see, I see.
And I put that on the counter as well.
So, any other items?
Not that I can think of, no.
Right, and did you have anything else, Chieftain?
I do have these. Some pulls out one of the werewolf skeleton skulls of the remaining
I was
set of
about
3.
to say, don't you have a whole load of bones in there?
And oh no, the bones were taken back by their owner. It's the teeth and skulls I'm looking for here.
Don't you
Just
have
put
a
up the-
painting?
The one skeleton skull, a couple of gibbering mouth teeth just to show them off to see if he's interested. And yeah, it's gonna. I don't know if he has any interest in a painting, but I guess I'll pile it out since you're calling for it. The painting scraps
So,
from that one mansion.
the painting pieces, I think I gave you a definitive gold piece of how much that was. If I do recall, it was about, I think it was somewhere between 50 and 75, depending. If hopefully you have that written down.
You wrote down 25.
Okay, so he's able to offer up that. The werewolf skull, he does take interest in, as well as the gibbering mouth or teeth. He can kind of, you can see thoughts running through his head.
Just put those in the chat. There you go.
So, go ahead and both of you just make a persuasion check for me.
Thank fuck. Let's go. Normal, right? Or
Yep, just normal.
nice.
Well, you rolled a 15. Uh-huh.
4 plus.
Nothing.
Nice.
4 plus nothing.
Goose egg
So-
hours.
So, the for all of the parts that Zach you are offering, he kind of mulls it over in his head and I see metals from this, and I can find some uses for these. 50 gold pieces for the lot.
Deal.
He reaches under the counter, pulls out 5 platinum, and gives that to you. And then the potions in the cloak, he kind of looks at the cloak a bit, and he then picks up the 2 potions. Pretty standard potions. 50 gold pieces each.
And the cloak, also 50?
The cloak itself, I'm going to have to identify to make sure it doesn't have anything else on it. Figure out exactly what it can do, but my time is running a bit short here, so this might be something that we have to wait for another time.
Alright, we can sort it all out tomorrow. We're coming back anyway.
Right. I apologize for not being able to do that now, but
No, it's fine. I get it.
but certainly I can take these potions off your hands now if you would like.
Sure, absolutely.
They set the potions down and then, once again, reaching under the counter, produce 10 platinum and hand it over.
I'm up to 12 of those.
Oh, and you wouldn't happen to know who could identify gems?
I mean, I can identify gems.
Oh,
Are they-
in this case.
Are they
It's gonna
magical gems or?
just mundane gems, or at least I believe them to be mundane. It's like a bag of assorted gems that we haven't been able to go through.
You just
For having
reminded me
them
of the other
appreciated.
reason I came here, actually.
Zach's just gonna pull that out.
Any caster worth his salt certainly would be able to identify some gems. So, as you pull out the sack of gems, they dump out most of in a organized tray. They using some magic, you can see the gems quickly sorting themselves in by color, and he then picks up a monocle and kind of looks over each gem and nodding. He's like, right, yeah, 400 for the lot.
Any of them in particular? Any diamonds in the lot? We could make use of those for a group, but there's not.
From what I am seeing, no, it looks like the diamonds have been particularly missing from this, but certainly I see some emeralds, sapphires, amethyst, even a topaz. He picks up one of the topaz gems.
Can I do like a knowledge? I suppose knowledge arcana is just. Are any of these useful for magic purposes? I suppose.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and make an arcana check.
I like off the top of my head, anything in particular I should want to keep, or I guess because otherwise I'm just gonna sell them.
Most of your spells are more like arts based. Gems are usually best used for enchanting or the odd spell here or there. It's pretty rare when gems actually need to be used. Mostly, more often than not, gems are used as a lighter, easier to hide method of payment, basically. A bag full of 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds, you can slip that into your sleeve, or it's certainly 100 gold pieces itself, let alone 300. That's a pile that you'd have to deal with. So likely these gems are probably meant for trading.
Zach's gonna sell him half of it.
So he takes half of each of the gems and then hands you the 20 platinum.
Nice. I'm gonna rename the item now. But yep. Thank you. Anything else, Sandra?
Yeah, I have one more thing. And I pull out one of my reinforced magic arrows. You have any
Zach's
idea-
just gonna look around the shop while she's selling it.
Any
Just waiting for her.
idea, where I can get more of these?
He takes a look at it, looks at some of the runes and the craftsmanship. Once again, I'd probably have to identify this, but depending on the enchantment, either potentially I would be able to make it, or Cosel, there might be Arcania, maybe even some around Granite Keep, some of the more prominent merchants, but that's, the more local area. Certainly, I mean, if you ever make your way over to Elvania and some of the areas over there, they are more apt for archery, and certainly they would be more likely than not to have some enchanters among them.
Alright, I'm just after the info.
Well, usually I do charge for info, but
I hand him a silver.
okay. He takes it and tosses it into his lockbox.
I re-quiver the arrow.
Was there anything else that I could have...
Nope, that's it.
Well, with that, he hands back the Cloak of Billowing. Well, if there wasn't anything else, I do wish you a good day, and I need to get the shop closed up for now.
Thank you. This certainly was a very, very courteous experience. Should have come back here again.
I was saying shot, because it's because of the drinking game, but not the drinking game. The drinking contest coming up.
Mm-hmm. So, with that, I will say, time passes, and Nicholas, you have finished drawing up your schematics, and you may, adventure about the town, and the festivities are beginning to pick up. So, what would everyone like to do? There are carnival games, food stalls, knickknacks, music playing.
I guess the thing I'm going to see is the drinking game, because I'm curious and I'll watch it happen.
I'm gonna follow him, actually.
That would be interesting to go see. Like, the only thing I'd like to check, which is very minor, is just is the gilded skull done or not?
No.
Okay, cool. All right, drinking game hours. Let's go watch some people get fucking hammered.
How long would that take for his skull? About as long as my acorn?
Probably.
Yeah. They commissioned probably likely a smith in town to make a cast of that and get the gilded skull. So, it just taking them a better part of a day, and with the celebrations going on, just going to take a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
So the lot of you all end up within the Crangled Crumpet, and you see that Dothric and Orvid are already within the bar, and it's pretty rowdy, and the barkeep starts shouting out, everyone! Drinking contest is about to be underway. Clear up, move the tables. Come on, the lot of you. And you can see, as soon as he starts shouting that out, everyone kind of gives a raucous cheer, and then you just hear the scooting of tables and moving of chairs, and a number of patrons begin to sit down at the tables. Dothric turns towards Orvid and just gives a smile, and you can see Garlock being like, right, everyone who's participating, 5 gold entry, and that will cover all of your drinks. If you tap out, pass out, or otherwise, then you are out. Whoever is the last one standing, then you are the champion for the night, and all your further drinks are on the house. Dothric, once again, looking at Orvid, you just see the excitement growing.
I get out my 5 gold pieces for entry.
Dothric immediately pulls out his 5, and both of you take a seat at the table, and so everyone.
Sandra puts 5 gold down.
So Sandra's joining as well.
Yeah, Sandra's having a bad day. She's feeling a bit self-destructive.
All right. Is anyone else joining?
It's gonna take a look at my con. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah. Drunk clown hours. Let's go.
As soon as you step over to the table, there's a raucous cheer that the chieftain is joining in, and you see Rajal actually gives you a semi-surprised look and just kind of shrugs and takes the you can still see he's holding like a plate of confectionaries, but some of the orcs and goblins have been coming by and swiping some of them. So, he's trying to do the whole like, hey, like, don't do that, except that it's no use. But
Sheesh, less would be too obvious.
The
Anyway.
Oh no, it definitely would.
So
yeah.
When you sit down, Zach, you are informed you do not need to pay the entry fee at all. That it will
Sweet.
be you see one of the bartenders walk out from behind the bar and place 5 gold in front of you and just give you a nod and say, on the house. And with that, so we have Dothric, Sandra, and Zach all joining, correct?
Yeah.
What, no elf?
No, I'm just gonna watch. I thought Orvid was actually gonna participate as well.
I am.
It is
Oh, yep.
participating.
So,
I guess I'll be the sober one out and just watch what happens.
You're the
because-
designated driver.
Exactly.
So-
Yeah.
Nicholas, you, Gally, Rajal, and Torin are all just like standing and watching. But for this, you, Eric, can go ahead and play one of the orc participants. So,
Okay, sure.
yep. You have. So, there are going to be continuous constitution saving throws as you are going through the various beverages. And, so, Orvid, you obviously have the resistance being a dwarf. And I don't think anyone else here has any resistances, but Eric,
I'm checking for you right now, actually.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm a fawn. I should have.
I
something
believe-
like
I'm
that.
definitely not participating, but
I
Yeah.
believe the
I have a
way
resistance
that
on
it's,
Charmed.
So, Eric, your orc that you are playing, they are, they're a fairly stocky fellow. They have a +5 to their constitution. It is something that they are proficient in as a avid drinker.
Yeah. Okay, just the reading of the dwarving resilience is advantage against poison save and resistance against damage.
Mhm.
So.
Yep, it works for alcohol. So
Yep.
For it the way that alcohol is phrased in sobriety. Anyway, so with that, so tankards begin to be placed in front of everyone, and starting off, it's just 3 standard beer, A regular ale, nothing too special. And everyone, when the barkeep, which, he starts, before everyone begins, the barkeep walks forward and kind of addresses the room. Denizens of the Crangled Crumpet, I, Garlock the Everpourer, do thank you for joining in this festivity. I know that everyone is passing around their bets who they think is going to be taking home the victory, the pride, the free drinks for the rest of the night. I do see that a number of gambles are going towards our orc patrons here. He motions to two of the orcs at the table who, one of them played by you, Eric, he then motions over towards the chieftain, and we are honored to say that the up-and-coming chieftain is joining us in this festivity. So, without further ado, with all of your bets placed and all of your thirsts yet to be quenched, ready? On your set. Begin! And he throws his arm down, and immediately everyone picks up tankards and begins downing the ale. And once again, it's about standard quality ale. Not hard to put back. And everyone, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Whoa.
I was gonna ask, can I add proficiency because I'm a fawn?
How does Fawn give you proficiency?
Well,
Wait, we have an advantage.
huh?
To
Orvid's a dwarf.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. Okay.
Alright,
know,
that makes
what?
sense, but I was just thinking more historically,
Brit.
fawns are known for drinking.
Oh, Zach tried.
Oh,
Zach
this-
is in fact a clown.
I'll just put in the +1, I'm not gonna argue.
So,
It's an 8.
Okay,
So-
this is looking like a weak round across the board, but we'll get better.
and then...
It's
Oh,
a
right.
downhill battle against.
How's our big dwarf friend doing? Which is his.
He got 17. He got 17
Nice.
on me.
So,
You can put 10 down.
So, hang on. I'm gonna go ahead and grab, so I'll say that,
You need me to pause?
nope, Eric, you are playing Throngle Breadburner. So, just so that you have a name, and the other orcish participant, you all remember from the Tusk Trader, it is Brian,
Nice.
so, Brian Tusk Trader of the Tuskgrow Trade Company.
I am the only
So-
one who went there.
Yep. So, as everyone downs their alcohol, you see Throngle and Dothric, first ones to polish off the 3. Zach, it's taking you a little bit, and you're already starting to feel full and feel a bit wobbly. The nervousness kind of made your appetite go down a little bit, and it kind of kicking you now. So you have 1 point towards your intoxication. Everyone else, you're, feeling pretty fine. Not super hard to put down. Then,
So this was a low DC. Okay.
oh yeah, it's just ale.
It's
Then,
the Grand Pace fit.
No,
So-
just give you a. Was that like a dwarven firebird, whoever it was called?
the Dwarven Firewater's for later.
Real
God.
quick
But
question
Winners
on...
now.
Real quick question on mechanics.
So
How many points of intoxication can you sleep off with a long rest?
for the I guess for the purposes of meta, these quote-unquote points of intoxication, this is just for the game, for the drinking contest.
Don't worry about it.
Once
I'm not here to compete, I'm just here to drink myself under the table.
once you hit 3, you're down, or when you decide to tap out.
Yes, I saw the drinking episode of Critical Role.
So, with that, a new mug is placed in front of everyone of orcish grog, and as everyone, finishes and gets their tankards taken away, you pick up the grog and start tossing it back. Once again, Constitution saving throws for everyone.
Whoa.
Alright, that's a 7.
Okay, that's better.
Little
It's
bit
more
worse. Oh my
Dwarf mode
god!
activate.
Orvid's just rocking it right now.
It's more like he rolled with advantage and one was a 20 and the other was a 1.
Hey, it helped.
Oh, that's great.
So,
One.
Oh no, one orc is having a bad time.
So Brian, kind of, they start trying to keep up with Orvid and Dothric, and Orvid legitimately, you just kind of like pick up the tankard and in one motion just knock all of it back, set it back down.
Unhinged. My draw
yeah.
open the throat.
Yes.
His favorite. Of course he's gonna have grog.
And as Dothric slams his tankard down, he turns towards you and is a little bit surprised. Sandra, you are beginning to feel it a little bit. You get that 1 point. And Brian, on the other hand, you hear some noises going on over by him. And, he kind of just, you hear, all right, yep. And from there, everyone, you see a line of shot glasses placed out, and what everyone knows is some good old root-based vodka getting poured out in front of everyone. And as your tankards are taken away, you pick up the shot and knock it back, and everyone make another Constitution save.
Let's fucking go.
These are getting noticeably worse.
Honk. It's
Yeah,
the same
slightly
as
better
last
this
time.
Orvid got another higher roll. In fact, he got one less than last time.
So, Brian's fine.
Come on, Dothric.
And
Damn.
Dothric's not feeling like Orvid and Dothric are just having a good time here.
They're definitely
Dothric
showing off their
started.
dwarven heritage.
Dothric was morning drinking.
He's been drunk all day. Holy shit.
It's just a natural state of being at this point. So Sandra, you're starting to feel the wobbles, and you got a good buzz going. You're feeling it, and with the roar of the room, it's such a good atmosphere that is happening right now, and everyone is cheering all of you on, and everyone managed to pass that DC. So next, some
Wait, even me?
What?
You said everyone passed that DC, even my 4?
I said almost everyone. The 4 did not.
Maybe I misheard you.
Yeah. Anyway, so then the whiskey glasses are brought out, and first they are filled with a pretty standard whiskey. And you can all knock that one back, and here, I'm gonna, just for the sake of... Alright, make another set of con saves.
I don't want to roll this. I've been rolling bad all game.
Hmm.
Undo 1.
Orvid got one less than last time again.
Are you fuck?
Please don't keep going down.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So,
Mm.
so, as as everyone is knocking back the drinks, Sandra, you knock back that whiskey, and you're more used to drinking finer wines, and this rougher alcohol, like that orc grog, is not sitting well, and that vodka was super low quality vodka, and you know, you're somewhere between going to, like, starting to maybe fall out of your chair a little bit, and it's fairly noticeable that you are not in the state, and the thought of drinking that brandy that they're about to pour out a little bit too much. And as you're, having these thoughts, one of the participants, Brian, over at the end, you hear another, and then he stands up and bolts from the room, and you hear Garlock go, "Well, that's our first one down, and I see we have another not doing well here. Are you feeling like you're tapping out here?"
No, more.
All right.
Wow,
so,
go girl, I've a lot of steam today.
the,
I don't care, I just didn't want to come last.
mhm.
Fair enough.
So, you are in fact
Still
not
wanna
last.
come last.
So,
Woo!
as the brandy is all poured out, Sandra, you don't need to make a save. As you knock back the brandy, you just kind of go backwards, and Torin goes over and just kind of catches you so that you don't hit the floor.
Oh, thank you. You're beautiful.
Thank you. Let me get you some water. And,
That would be, yes. Yeah, you're the best person in the world. Thank you.
yeah, all right. And he takes you over to one of the chairs on the side and gets you a mug of water. You can see runs over with a tankard of water for you to start drinking, and puts a bucket next to you just in case. And with that, everyone who's knocking back that brandy, make another save. DC is now 15.
Oh shit!
Oh
Alright.
my gosh, I'm gonna get hit by it now.
Oh, that was scary. It's going down by one each time.
It's getting worse.
You're all
each
mortal,
time.
Orvid.
My one whole point.
Jesus
frick-
Christ.
Freaking
So-
what's his name just chugged it and didn't even
Yeah.
care.
Jesus.
Dothric offers a cheer with Orvid as you sit next to each other to clink your glasses together
I'm
and down
beginning
the
to
brandy.
agree with B. It's definitely a state of mind for him.
Honk.
So both
God.
Zach and
Honestly good. Oh.
Zach and Throngle, you both get another point. Do tell me when you hit 3.
Alright, I'm at 2.
This is actually my first point, so
Oh, boy.
Nice, Throngle. Nice.
And then moving up from there, he pulls out a bottle of finer whiskey, and he's just like, "Everyone's doing well so far, so might as well get you a treat here. This one is my favorite." And pours out the, once again, whiskey tumblers that you've been using, slides them all in front of you, and you're good to knock them back and make some more saves.
Mhm.
it's not a save.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Nice.
Really starting it. Oh, this time I went down by 2.
I don't.
just-
I want it to go up.
You know,
It's just
the
a really,
problem
really
with
not
you-
sweet elixir.
The problem with you orcs is you got no fish. This place,
We've had worse headaches.
this
the headache's
place
not the
could be
come
a
yet.
real swinging joint.
I'm almost out. Yeah.
More
I
drinking,
need tipsy.
more dancing,
More.
and more of the. Just keep going. Sandra's rambling.
Yeah. So with that, you can see a smug look of satisfaction on Garlock's face, and he then turns towards the other bartender, gives a nod, and turns back towards you and you all, and it's like, right, well, leftover from the winter, we're bringing out some of the Applejack. I hope you lot like cider.
Cider.
Cider's always
Alright.
nice.
I like a cider.
And Torin gives you a pat and is like, I'll go get you some, and walks over and returns with some apple juice.
Oh, thank you.
And
That is great.
everyone,
That's good, MacGuffin.
so everyone, you get a big old tankard of Applejack cider, and as you get the go ahead to toss it on back, it definitely you taste that bold apple with the singe of alcohol and a good twist of cinnamon added to that. Certainly with the freezing process, with Applejack they freeze the top layer of water out to get a more refined cider, a higher alcohol content. And more alcohol content it certainly is, and the DC is now at 18, so make
Bruh.
your saves.
Hey, quick
For the
question.
honk
What
mother.
day is it?
Well, I'm out. Good night.
No. With advantage, gotta say.
Hey, real quick, what day is it in game?
Gosh, I'll actually have to check, but I'm gonna say it's like Thursday.
Okay.
Wait, I think Zach is also out, so that
Yeah,
just
no, I'm
leaves
out.
Orvid and what's his name? Orvid
I'm
and
at 3.
Oh,
My
good.
intoxication level's at 3.
Is it Orvid and Dolphin?
Finally, clown
Yeah,
Yep.
it's Orvid and his pal Dorkheads,
Oh,
and
no.
he got a 27. He crit.
Finally, clown face gets.
I'm just gonna assume he
deserves.
ate the mug. He just
So-
ate it. Like it didn't even matter.
Thrungle, you just, as you knock it back, you get like halfway through, the room is swimming, you set down the mug, and you're sitting in the chair, but your arms are just out to the sides as you're attempting to keep your balance. And then everyone just sees eyes closing, and slam face first into the table.
Wow,
And
it took a while to get knocked down. I'm actually very impressed.
Hey,
I guess it
hey,
makes sense.
hey, Nicholas.
What, Sandra?
You know, you are so beautiful.
Why,
You're the
thank
most
you.
Beautiful
I don't-
elf. I love you, man.
I don't know if you're saying that seriously or not, since you're
I-
currently
I love
definitely
you
downing
so
a bunch
much.
of drinks, but
Oh my gosh.
so Zach, do you think that you are, is it coming up, keeping it down, or you going down? How is Zach reacting
you just said he
to?
had a 3.
Well, it's 3 for 3, but considering Zach's been dealing with these fucking mental arcade forces, it's not the same as fucking being drunk, but we've faced enough fucking perpetual brain damage to be at least a little bit more subtle about what even the fuck is the shard of Arcanus?
This is the best Tuesday ever.
So So is Zach gonna tap out, pass out? What happens to Zach as he hits that final tipping point?
A lot of pain. But just for the honk mother, so we can weather it forward just one more, even though he's gonna.
So, well, you hit your third point, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you go on a giggle spree, and the everyone can kind of tell by your state of being and the fact that you didn't actually finish the Applejack that you're done here. And as kind of that happens, you see Orvid, you see Dothric subtly moving his hand over, grabbing the remainder of Zach's drink and downing that as well, and just setting it down.
Hey, I
And-
could have finished that.
He
I mean,
Yeah,
maybe.
buddy.
drink another person's drink like it was nothing. I'm genuinely impressed.
Fuck you and use the Shadow Park pistol.
Sandra's pointing and laughing at Zach. She's like, look at his face. He put paint on it. It's so dumb.
So with that, you can both Orvid and Dothric and everyone else in the tavern. You kind of look to Garlock, and he's like, "All right, well, guess we shouldn't be surprised that dwarven resilience does ring true, but let's see. Can you make it to the bottom of this bottle?" And everyone begins to go, ooh, as the familiar bottle of dwarven firewater comes out. And the whiskey tumblers are
Ooh.
placed, filled, and set in front of you and Dothric.
He said bottle.
So,
And
Dothric
that's not
Dothric goes ahead and gives you a cheers and like holds out his arm for you to link arms and knock it back together.
Yeah, we do that.
And go ahead and make your
This is-
next save,
This is
DC 20.
stressful. This is stressful.
Oh, just barely missed it.
Damn.
What point is that?
Fucking ripped.
That's 2. Yeah, he's at 2.
Goddamn.
You're only at 2?
Only at 2.
All right. So Garlock just gives a chuckle as you set the whiskey tumblers down, and he just pours it again. And both you and Dothric just exhale that heated breath. Look at
After
each other again.
After the drink, I muttered to myself, Robus, beloved, give me strength.
It's funny because Dothric's using weighted dice.
Dothric just gives a grin.
I say
Taps
that out
the-
loud.
uh,
Andrew, what do you mean weighted dice?
Torin looks at Sandra and then looks to Nicholas, and she's like, she's pretty far gone at this
Yeah.
point. So as the tumblers of whiskey are slid in front of the two of you again, Dothric taps it on the table, knocks it back, and go ahead, and it's now DC 22.
Huh?
I don't think he's gonna make it because that's a crit.
Oh, Jesus.
It's pretty hard.
So, with
Oh my god.
Wow.
Weighted dice.
By the honk mother.
That man is a machine. How is he able to drink that
After-
much alcohol and not feel
after-
a thing?
After taking that last one, Orvid gets up from the table, like, as well as he can, grab the hand of Dothric, raise it in the air, and just like yell, "Dothric!"
The man without a bottom to his belly.
Dothric holding his arm up as the champion, the entire tavern lets out cheers. And
And then I stumble to
Drunk
water.
is wrong.
Out of character, how many points is Dothric at? Is he even
He's at zero.
zero.
He didn't even get
Oh
one.
my god.
Bro.
This was
He just
rigged.
tanked it all.
This was absolutely rigged.
I mean, I
so-
love that it was rigged in this case.
You
I
give
love
him
that he
plus
just has the
7.
bottomless belly.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, he's strong.
Dothric at this point puts his hands under the table, flips it over,
Coins
screams
everywhere.
a battle cry, and then walks over to the barkeep, who then hands him the bottle of Dwarven Firewater, and he just necks it. He tips it up and just downs the rest of it, slams it on the ground, and just lets out a loud belch that everyone sees a spark of fire shoot out.
Sandra woos
Holy
really loud.
crap.
And finally, Dothric turns towards the party, and you see cheeks turning red. He steps forward, and for the first time that you've seen him, he swoops to the side, stumbling a little bit, and finally, he is intoxicated.
Just intoxicated.
That's the first level intoxicated.
You're drunk, guys. Funny, because he's drunk.
You think that I'm drunk? You yourself are drunk,
Oh, you think I'm drunk? No,
Yeah.
you're drunk.
No, you're drunk.
No, I'm not.
No,
I'm
you're fucking drunk. You're also drunk, Orvid.
I punch him.
No,
Don't do that.
Yes, go. We're apart.
We're doing this.
You punch
To
Dothric.
clarify,
Yes,
I let him do it, but I say no, don't do it.
No. You know what? Better yet. We're doing this. I've been wanting to use this. Horn strike.
I also tell
Oh, God.
Gally,
You're gonna headbutt him?
Is he always able to drink this much alcohol?
She's
and
gonna
barely
headbutt
feel
him.
until the very end?
Headbutt him, do it!
Do it, bitch in the balls.
This still keeps the promise, so I still have to start a bar fight in
Again.
Grand Keep as well.
You already started it.
Come on, Sandra.
Or
Roll
strike,
the attack
or
roll.
strike.
So is that +3 for the proficiency?
You do add your proficiency, yes.
Alright, that's a d20 +3. That's an 8.
Bruh.
Wow.
You, I'll say, hang on, because he's not expecting it. Go ahead and roll with advantage, just for the sake of it.
You just want to cause a bar
Alright, that's
fight.
19.
All right, so he's looking at Orvid, and you know they're drunkenly rambling at each other in semi-coherent fashion, and Nicholas, you notice it. Orvid, at the corner of your eye, you notice it. Sandra rears up, charges forward, and slams into Dothric's like side shoulder.
Oh,
And go ahead and roll damage.
I don't know
I
what to
give
roll
Gally the
here.
look of I am so sorry.
Is this just a
Uh,
1d4 for the unarmed damage?
Yeah, 1d4 plus strength.
1d4 plus strength is strength is 0, so it's just a 1d4.
Yep.
Okay. That's a
Bar
2.
fight, bar fight, bar
So
fight.
as you ram
fight,
him,
bar fight.
he turns towards you and just gives a smile, wraps his arm around you, and just kind of like finger towards the chest, going ah, and then he goes in for a headbutt.
Bring it.
Oh,
Yep,
I
that
mean, what do
certainly
you-
hits.
And
There was no chance he wasn't gonna, you know?
so He slams his head into you, and you stumble. You're drunk. You kind of fall down, and Torin is immediately there to pick you up. And then you just, Orvid, you hear someone yell the last thing you wanted to hear. You're fine.